but did not go through. So, Strictly Business on attack, bringing their first different operator of the night. Instead of running that sledge in here, sorry, not sledge in here. Instead of running Twitch in here, they're bringing out a Fuse here on Chalet.
Well, if you've got some tricks, this is the game to do it, right?
Well, and that's exactly what Denial have just gone and done. Bar Gaming Room as their bomb site selection.
And that they have, yeah. That's right, okay.
So Denial's lineup, you can't quite see it on screen right now, but it is Jaeger, Frost, Pulse, Castle, Valkyrie. So no Rook, something which both teams have been running so far all day. And Denial are picking the bar and the gaming room as their options.
Yeah, that's an interesting start, for sure.
So we're going to see Castle Barricades probably on every single window of the gaming room downstairs, I reckon. The big window, the small window, and the door. That's what I'm expecting. We're going to see at least Castle himself, maybe the Valkyrie or the Pulse or the Frost from out. 4-man shotguns. One of them is going to be above the trapdoor in library.
Yep.
Then we're probably going to have one behind the bar here with some reinforcement the fighters putting up to shotgun through into the site as well if needed. It's going to be interesting. And are they actually running 4 shotguns? Right now, obviously, Fighter isn't. As great as the M870 is, he's not. Havoc's, yes. No on BCK, and I like that. No, to be fair, I like that.
No,
when you've got, I was going to say when you've got 3 others, but no, Powerful's going for the ump as well, and Denial is the other, Killer's the other one. So the ump on Pulse is great, because to be fair, when you're on the upper floors of this map, or even the basement level, you actually have some pretty long-range engage vibes, with the ump is far stronger in doing than the M10-14. The fact that we haven't got a second one on Powerful is interesting, considering the 10-14 is the strongest shotgun in the game. But hey-ho, they're running it on 2. So we'll see Havoc's upstairs in the library corridor. Killer is inside the library himself on the cameras, but above that trapdoor to gaming room. And this is the Denial setup. They have got a castle barricade nowhere to be seen downstairs.
Not a single one, yeah.
Not the craziest thing. Sledges in the game. Sledging on all those locations would just be a free sledge open up anyway.
Right.
So they are trying to use them elsewhere. But where elsewhere? One on the bar door.
Yeah, just that main door, and
He's used all 3, I just don't know where the others are. Interesting, okay. Haver currently running around the back end, coming in from the master bedroom and the main office. Looking to get his way in towards the library. There's the second one. And he does get taken down immediately by Powerful at the bottom of the stairwell. Nicely done by him, getting in too quickly, not checking his corners properly. And that back stairwell, to be fair, is a pretty common spot for anyone to sit.
yeah, we've seen countless times there's always at least one person playing there.
Gives great access to all 3 floors. And a good fast rotate up, down, or around. So, yeah, not too surprising to see people there, no matter what bomb site selected. Slight screw up then from Aver to get the ball rolling. There are shots rattling past. Silent Rage's head now from Fighter. Fighter getting away safely, though, is not going to continue fighting this Blackbeard. Meanwhile, Fuse is outside the A bomb site now. I feel he was picked for use either in the bar floor down to the snowmobile garage, or in the master bedroom down into the kitchen/trophy room. So, yeah, okay, it's nice to use it in here and kill out. In fact, no barbed wire, I didn't touch any of it.
That's just unlucky.
But, yeah, it feels like this entire bomb selection has just null and voided the pick of Fuse completely. Really nice start then for Strictly Business. Not a nice start for Strictly Business, great start for Denial as they picked up 2 kills right off the bat and then get a 3rd one in the shape of Sledge. Havoc's picking up 2 of them already. Nova outside, once again spraying on through as best he can. Silent Rage does get Fighter as he tries to come up these back stairwell. Just edging on the edge of the barbed wire first, though. Nova is droning again, still looking for BCK inside the site. Edge his way through the barbed wire. Actually going to start the fake plant sound. Try and bait BCK to peek out. Didn't happen. Havoc's still watching the corridor.
Come on.
Silent Rage has run a long way around now. He's going to start to breach open the wall in towards the bar, and that will mean BCK has to move. Breach is open. BCK is looking straight at it. Killer's taken down by Nova.
And a pretty solid defense on a non-standardized defense site.
Hides behind the bomb as soon as the bar is open, and it's an easy kill thanks to teamwork and information and Denial. Honestly, I don't feel they did anything special there. Or the Strictly Business just had no clue how to
Yeah, they were not ready for it, and I think that's exactly what Denial wanted. But they certainly made defending it look easy.
Yeah, they did. Good job there. First round on the board, and now they're looking to attack. And they are attacking the kitchen trophy room, a much more standard site from Strictly Business. Something which a team which has put in practice on this map will be very well versed with.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So, standardized setup. Blow a hole between the bomb sites, set up reinforcements here in the little corridor. See a couple of people head on upstairs to do trap doors up top. Perseus putting barbed wire down next to this wall that will then be reinforced, and I'm sure the trapdoor, Marco Polo shoots it out. Makes it very tough for a third match to get in there and plant, or at least doing it fast makes it tough. A couple more reinforcements on the kitchen wall, make sure that entire corridor stays clean and safe. Upstairs, the trapdoors are being finished off by Nova. Now the question is, does he stay up there or does he come down? He is coming down. There is the bush, by the way.
The bush.
The bush,
yeah.
which Laxing sat in and won the last final round from.
Just the most brutal knife plays.
By literally standing there with his knife in his hand and letting the bad guy stand on it.
Yep.
Basically. But, as you mentioned, he is no longer here. Niall are doing just fine without him. Journeying in the master bedroom and down the stairs are Powerful and Killer. Meanwhile, Havix is spraying open the windows from quite a distance in towards the trophy room, making sure anyone that's a little bit late or not quite paying the most of attention is caught off guard, perhaps. Before then heading towards the main doorway itself and checking another little angle over the car. Looking for what might be in there. BCK is going onto the floor above with Fighter in tow. These guys will be the ones breaking open trapdoors, shooting down through the floors and causing all kinds of havoc. Not when Silent Rage is on duty though. Silent Rage taking a very quick headshot up through the floor onto Fighter. An angle which I'm not sure he was ready for.
No. I don't know, he seems to like it. He's pretty good with that spot.
Doing it, but I don't think they realize that's where the shot came from. BCK is about to walk into this. Oh, same angle, and Silent Rage looks away just at the wrong moment. Very nearly letting himself a second kill, as it is BCK gets inside and does manage to blow the trapdoor to kitchen. Powerful's in there with him. He's the man with the diffuser. He's going to drop it down. Actually, BCK does get tagged through the hole that time around. Back out to safety. Powerful watching in case anyone's going to push it. Killer heads back and is about to stand on the trap himself. Everyone's walking over that same hole, and Nova, pulsing through the floor, takes Powerful down. He was sat in that very static spot watching the top of the stairs the entire way. Nova made most of it. Now Killer returns fire into Silent Rage and does get that headshot down through the floor. Marco Polo, not sure you'd ever make that work, buddy.
Yeah, that's not how you take Blackbeard.
And the advantage that was built up by Silent Rage's beautiful little angle has now been chipped away at by Blackbeard. Back to a 3v3. Havix is the doorway as well. Nova no longer has a C4 to do anything about that man. He's looking to potentially drop. BCK watching the cross corridor. Holding this angle could suggest they want to plant inside B perhaps, but they need to get the diffuser in there, and BCK is the man holding it. Nova has come upstairs. He's in the corridor around to Havix's right. He needs to time this push at the right moment. He does come around the corner. He misses the first few shots, but so does Havix. And there's the follow-up from Killer. So many shots missed, but Killer does trade it out. Ava comes out underneath and gets one, but because he goes into the main lobby, BCK trades him back, and suddenly Perseus is all alone. 25 seconds, it went from a 3v3 to a 2v1 in favor of Denial. Can they get in past him? There's still a lot of barbed wire for BCK to get past. He's now a bit cautious about the movement. There's one at the window right next to him, and it's an easy kill for Killer. Denial, 2-0
straight
up.
in on him.
In a round started out so well for Strictly Business. Everything just fell into place.
Right, and I'd love to see too. I mean, we've said it time and time again this for the past 2 seasons that horizontal gameplay has always been the favorite for Xbox, and they've rarely ever used the up-down, and we just saw it done so well by Strictly Business, but just couldn't. And a couple bad plays, a couple big mistakes cost him the round anyway.
Yeah, Pulse coming around there like he did. Nova just missing all of those rounds onto Ash, just catastrophic for him.
Right. Valkyrie trying to follow up on Blackbeard and from the bomb, just not going to do it.
No. 2 rounds to nothing then. Denial looking for their next defense, and they're now back to a more standard spot. Kitchen and trophy room.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
See whether their practice did involve these spots and whether or not it works well enough for them. They do start off by making that hole between sites again.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Fighter then trapping some trophy systems in the doorways, making sure grenades can't come in into the corridor or right to the other end of the bomb site. Standard barbed wire inside B. Standard barbed wire inside the corridor. Standard reinforcers. Bomb site is becoming very, very, very cut and dry with how you set up your defensives, but the beauty of it is the fact that despite these being the way to reinforce it and hold your gadgets,
still plays totally different every round.
Every round is very versatile, very different. So,
Attackers are moving to
BCK upstairs with Fighter, as if to just prove my point by being complete opposite end of the map to anyone that defended it for strictly business.
Right, there's a way to reinforce everything, a way to place everything, but ultimately the gameplay itself is just totally team by team preference, and a lot of it plays out too on, again, what those initial gunfights pick up. You know, did the attacking team start off ahead or the defending team?
So Fighter watching the main Fireplace lobby door. BCK has a nice hold down through the floor. There's that vertical play again to the games room below him. Drone will come in there and force him to rethink his positioning. Fighter has come back up the stairway and is now looking at the window right next to him. Ava is inside the office doorway. He's now getting spotted by Fighter, and it's a beautiful shot. Ava goes down. Nova's up at the window. Now he's on the fuse exactly where he wanted to be, but Fighter says no. Shuts him right down and out.
Absolutely not.
Double headshot in very quick succession, and here is that round playing out the way you mentioned it. Slightly mistimed peaks from two members of Strictly Business. Now Silent Rage coming to the same window, and Fighter is landing a lot of good rounds, but it's a Blackbeard, so it don't matter. Blackbeard coming out on top this time around, but BCK trades out by getting Perseus down elsewhere and keeping the number advantage in the strong favor of Denial. He's still inside the library. Silent Rage looking for an idea. Marco Polo now stuck in this barbed wire, and he's going to be making a lot of noise with it, but BCK being patient, staying in. Silent Rage taking out the camera that was watching him. BCK still in the library. Marco Polo is now above the trapdoor in kitchen. And we'll start to crack it on open. Give me a chance to do anything about it. BCK now just drops through the trapdoor and gets downstairs. So Silent Rage is now looking at an empty room and in fact spraying bullets into an empty room.
Drone deployed, link sensor.
With 1:12 on the clock, there's no reason for him to be that far spread out the bomb site now. He can just head back to a slightly safer spot, join the rest of his team, and be there for Rennie when the push comes in. He's doing it through the basement. Everyone else on Denial is playing very, very static inside the kitchen at the moment. Marco Polo doesn't need any more thermite charges, so he can use it on the floor instead for a top-down angle, but not even going to stay there for it. He doesn't have the manpower to actually look down through it. They've got to get the diffuser, they've got to get back in. Then they've got to make a push towards the bomb site. Silent Rage is going to be the man to go and use that hole. Make a couple more of his own as well while he's at it. This one will give him a sight line down towards the kitchen doorway. BCK is still in the basement right underneath everything. This one, thermite charge didn't even go all the way through the floor. Havoc's putting down some last-minute barbed wire in the doorway to Trophy Room before rotating back around. Now Silent Rage in the main corridor, just going to miss. Havoc's coming around that corner. Havoc's now hits him in the barbed wire, starts away. Marco Polo drops. Killer immediately shoots him down from inside kitchen. A powerful speaks from dining to finish off Silent Rage. And yeah, that was
kind of about how we saw
predicted
that
a mile
going.
away from everyone there. 3 rounds to 0 Denial.
When you're defending kitchen trophy, once you're up 2 players, 2 to 4, you fall back a little bit and there's effectively no chance.
No, there's no way in.
Not without some big mistakes.
So, Strictly Business. Defending kitchen trophy room again. This time around, you gotta rethink how you did it. Nova did a great job with the C4 through the floor into Powerful. Perfect. When you're playing a pulse, when you're playing from that position, when you're playing below, punish players that are static.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Don't let them stand still, and he did that greatly. Silent Rage, the same thing as well. That up vertical play we talked about.
Yeah, you're
beautiful shot, kills the Blackbeard. Really nice start.
That's right.
But then they just crumbled.
And it's going to be tough for this time because I don't think they're going to get those free kills that they were given through that beautiful angle.
Yeah.
That
being said, Denial did run back and forth over the topic quite a few times
but
after
it took them
that
a minute
first
once
kill.
they figured it out, and I don't think now that they're going to let it happen again.
No, that's true. That's true.
I'd like to think.
I hope so.
But yeah, it took them a hot minute to figure that one out.
It does feel like, despite the saying, Strictly Business might have accidentally practiced for Denial here, by the way, with their European strategies. Denial definitely had Strictly Business in their forefront of their minds during their training.
Right.
Or at the very least, this map planned and scheduled to pick in the final way back in their practice regime.
Absolutely.
So we already have Ash cracking the windows open once again from a distance, looking in towards the trophy room, limiting movement in there, making sure nobody will be putting down any late reinforcements or late barbed wires without someone knowing about it. Different angles in. If he hangs on long enough, he might have just seen one, but nope. Perseus is low. He was getting shot through the drone hole, I believe, or maybe even Ash shooting him.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Deafened out a little way by the flashbangs coming in from outside. It does look like Denial are definitely putting a push on the back site. Right now they're up, down, and all over it. Perseus has been spotted, and where he's sitting, he can actually be Ash charged from below.
Right.
If they figure out where he is. It's a very easy Ash charge to use underneath in the garage to this spot.
Yep.
It's a free kill if they go for it.
Drone is ready.
They do have another kill hole up through the floor to the floor above, though. No one looking through it yet. Nova heartbeats running above. Ava just sitting here and dining, waiting for something to happen. There's not many spots for everyone to be in if you're playing a 5-man defense at this site, which is why he's stuck here a little bit awkwardly. And Marco Polo, to be fair, is in a risky spot. It's just so rare for anyone to actually use this kitchen window on Xbox that he can get away with it. But now the pressure is coming in from Denial up and above, and the floor is getting ripped apart by Ash charges. Killer comes in, does run straight across Marco Polo's sightline, but fast enough that he couldn't react in time.
Nitro deployed.
Nitro going up this time is miles away from anyone, and actually didn't even hit the right part of the floor, hit the beam instead. Folks is right there, behind the one part of the floor that Marco Polo can't see through. Backs out onto the balcony again. Minute 10 this time though. Denial haven't picked up any kills. Strictly Business are holding firm far better than they did before. Ava is rotated out and up to the library and might be able to do some damage here if he's not found pretty quickly. Look towards that angle when they start to make their push down the stairs. Ava is going to be in the right place to tear Denial apart. Looking to get aggressive and go forward now as Ash is still spraying through the floor. Let's take out one thing as Fighter gets the first kill on Marco Polo, but there we go. Killer was waiting for him. He was being the aggressive one. He didn't need to be the aggressive one. They have to go to the bomb sites.
Right.
He was trying to push them. And that's 2 kills given away. Perseus has been in that doorway the entire time. Is easily found out, droned away, and Fighter takes advantage of him looking down to kill that drone to peek out and get himself another kill. Nova, the last man standing, as Powerful finishes off Silent Rage. He's going to go for the kill upstairs, but Killer, holding that same angle,
ultimately it's
is ready.
Just way too much aggression. Like you
Yeah, he's still just sitting there.
You gave them that, you gave Strictly Business that praise for their, holding tight and actually like keeping the discipline and everything, and then they kind of just threw it out the window with that way too early push, the flank that was not coordinated with the team at all. Wait for your teammates to start feeling the pressure, then move.
Yep. It was not there, and is as a result 4 rounds to 0 already in favor of Denial. They haven't had to go back towards their bar or gaming room bomb site yet. They just used that for the first quick win, and it definitely seems to have got under Strictly Business's skin.
Yep.
Because now at 4 rounds to 0, we're down into the Wine Cellar Snowmobile Garage, the more standard, tougher bomb site to attack. Well-practiced bomb site. And, well, Strictly Business need it to keep this map alive. You also got to remember, by the way, this is Strictly Business picking this map.
Yeah, that's so they're in rough shape for the next map.
Yeah, if this is a Denial, either, I mean, there is a real chance that they scouted well, they knew exactly what Strictly Business were going to pick, so practiced it intentionally.
Right,
which is fine. But that also means if they practice this intentionally, which is why they're winning so hard here, they will have then practiced their map intentionally, house, and should in theory just be able to roll over both. So this next map is going to be a terrifying, daunting task for Strictly Business, regardless of
5 seconds left.
the outcome here, to be honest. Going to 4-0 down, even if you turn it around.
Attackers
Gonna have
are
a little
moving
bit
to
of a
defuse bomb.
Although
itch in the back of your mind.
A turnaround from this point would be pretty brutal to Denial's momentum as well.
Turnaround, yeah, it would
If they pulled
suck.
it off, they'd at least be going into house strong.
They would have a massive grin on their face for that one.
Yeah.
Aver, already upstairs by the library windows then, droning his way down and in. Fighter is hiding off to the right-hand side. Don't shoot the drone, Fighter. Keeps himself hidden. You didn't see him. He is just hiding in the side room.
Activating drone.
That can be while it's a very high risk spot, you're just so exposed there. If they do know you're there, that could be a very rewarding spot too.
Marco Polo's drone comes past this time. I think that one did see him where it momentarily paused and then jumped away. It's now not moving anywhere else either. It's just staying close. So there are definitely no fighters in there now. Nova's bringing his drone down the stairs as well. How are you going to deal with him? The question is, can you deal with him? Are you just going to go and run at him and just suicide 3 people, or can you actually get the kill here? Out he comes. That's better. Nicely done. Perseus getting the kill onto Fighter. The first good thing that's happened for Strictly Business in a while now. Getting that early kill, killing that roamer off, but the rest of Denial are now sitting very
Attackers have
close
dropped the bomb
downstairs.
diffuser.
BCK
Attackers
heartbeat censoring
recovered
up
the
through the
bomb
floor,
diffuser.
and again, a very mobile player. Not quite ready for the C4 yet.
Deploying drone.
To a little further, sees the thermite going off, and checking in towards the bar. Powerful is on the
Attackers
camera, it
dropped
is the
diffuser.
bar drop down that was
Attackers
broken,
recovered the
and the
diffuser.
garage door. Watches the floor breaking above his head now, but lost the player that was there. More Havocs is watching the backside of the wine cellar. Powerful here in the connector room. He's in a tough spot now, but he has got a good angle on the back alley, which is holding two attacking players. Shots rattling off towards the outside door. The grenade comes in, and he's going to have to stand on it as he misses Buck's head. Havoc's looking to come across and try and do something to help him out. BCK is still just checking the heartbeat center to find who and what is there. Spray is coming through in every angle towards him, though. And this is looking good for Strictly Business. Killer's upstairs. There's the Havoc finished off. He's got to come down. He's going to be behind Silent Rage. Just get one down. Looks for Ava as well. Missing him completely, and Ava will get that kill. And Strictly Business are finally on the board with their first round.
This could be that momentum.
It could be exactly
It's what they needed to get their mind out of it.
Nothing worse than losing the first map 5 rounds to nothing. So if nothing else, it's a good sign for them.
Right.
Keeping spirits up a little way. You can see there's not too many smiles in the faces.
No.
Denial are still plenty happy with their score as it is. And now they're on attack, which they've also done very well with so far. So, into the wine cellar snowmobile garage themselves, Strictly Business go. Not having successfully held any of the other sites yet, they're thinking about a change, forcing it upon themselves, figuring out if they can make something else work.
Locate and defuse bombs.
Well, only time will tell. It does play very differently to all the other bomb sites we've got on this map.
Yeah, it certainly does.
And again, it has two very
Attackers
different
have discovered the
styles
location
depending
of a
on where
bomb.
the attack comes from. If it comes from the main garage at the far end and these big walls where Marco Polo is, it's a long-range, steady, patient gunfight. If it comes towards B, like we just saw Strictly Business do, it can get very fast and hectic,
Very
as we just
explosive.
saw.
Yeah.
So
Pulse
it's now
with nowhere to go,
onto-
just stuck in the corner trying to stop getting shot through the walls.
Yes. It's now onto Denial
10
to decide
seconds to
what
go.
pace do they want to make this round. Are they coming to B or are they coming to A?
5 seconds left.
So let's wait and see.
New feed active.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Reloading. Cover me. Deploying EDS.
So Nova and Ava playing up here in the dining room at the moment. This is a combo lurking around. They've got easy drops back down in towards the bomb site if the push does come from the main garage. They've got castle barricades there to make it a bit tougher for them to get rushed down.
Deploying drone.
The drones are still coming around for Denial, checking every little angle they can. Open the garage up yet. Killer at the kitchen window is looking for a way in, but with the castle barricades means he cannot see all the way through towards dining. Can start cracking the barricades underneath.
Drone is ready to go. Drone is ready to go.
Cautiously moving around these different angles. Silent Rage now has been droned out by Powerful. BCK also in the same spot. Havoc is upstairs now, looking right down on top of Silent Rage. He's going to see him get that beautiful angle. Nice and easy kill from within the fireplace hall. Fighter now droning in towards dining room. We'll have seen Nova in there. Think about making his way down. In he goes, straight into the shotgun.
Hello,
Easy
Castle.
kill for Nova. Powerful takes Ava down as well at the same time. Nova is still inside this site, has a couple of people close by, but they've dropped through underneath. Havoc's cracking open wall one way, but the castle barricade is the next one he's about to come across.
Attackers
Okay,
have dropped
looking
the
up
bomb
and above.
diffuser.
Powerful looking into the site as Marco Polo is taking down Havoc's, and a beautiful shot from Powerful onto Perseus,
wow.
trying to rotate through sites. The last two defenders are upstairs. Nova is above this trapdoor, and we have to drop down easily. BCK is coming behind him though. Marco Polo is inside the bar. Now he realizes the drone is waiting out underneath him. Down they go. Marco Polo gets one from behind. It's BCK, but now as Nova tries to get out, he gets dropped straight into Powerful's crosshairs. Marco Polo's coming down through the back alley. They have not got the diffuser on these attacking players. Powerful's got to go and try and find it somehow. Denial sending them all the way around towards the bar to pick it up. Marco Polo didn't realize he had it, or he intentionally gave it up knowing they didn't have a type.
Recovered the diffuser. 10
Powerful's picked it up, can't get through the bar dropper, and Denial now realize they're out of time.
remaining.
They cannot get down these stairs in time to plant this. That's a slight mistake.
Run out of time.
Threw the round to a lack of diffuser play. Wow. Just kind of left it like you said. I don't know that he realized he had it, or kind of just some sort of breakdown of communication there.
I think they were hoping for Strictly Business to play like they have done every other round,
And
which
just
is
start
too
pushing
aggressive
out,
and run
yeah.
at them and give
Right.
them the round.
And instead they waited.
Yeah,
And
instead
it worked.
the patience was there, and it does pay off. Marco Polo playing very slow. Now, Strictly Business back in the board now with 2 rounds on the trot.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
See if they can continue the roll going.
Barbed wire deployed.
So. Setup goes through exactly the same as ever before. We're looking at a very comfortable defensive Denial. That's just found a little pea under their bed. Just something to just
Left before insertion.
make them a little bit. I'm not talking about urine. I'm talking about a literal
5
vegetable,
seconds left.
the pea.
Is that
Princess and the Pea. Have you
is
don't know
that
that
a
story?
I don't.
Not a true princess
Attackers
making a
must
lie on like
locate and
50
defuse
mattresses
the
with a
bomb.
pea at the bottom and field the pea.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. I see where you're at. Okay.
But I also realized that, yes, pea in your bed would be very uncomfortable as well. So
it's
kind of works both
it's a
ways.
lose-lose for both, right?
Yeah, it is. Exactly. There's
If
no-
you're a princess.
Yeah. Oh, because everyone else can just sleep on a pea-filled bed just fine.
Well, if it's just that one little pea.
Either way, Denial are feeling it now. It's no longer a nice, comfortable, smooth bed. Fighter playing a slightly spread out position again. Silent Rage is climbing up the ladder, and as soon as he gets to the top, those pistol rounds actually start making a hole in the wall, and Silent Rage dips away just in time to survive. If it had kept coming up, Fighter might have been given that on a platter.
Loading map.
He heads back down the stairs a little way, leaving BCK alone upstairs. BCK also now being droned out. Does kill it on off.
Deploying sensor.
Now cautious of the attack coming in from somewhere. He does heartbeat Perseus out below him. Doesn't know it's Perseus though. Fighter slowly heading back up the staircase, but still playing close to the rotate down. Sees Silent Rage cracking these windows open now, goes towards the edge, sees it prone, but it's a Blackbeard, and Silent Rage was ready for the bait. Fighter goes down. Gonna come through to try and finish him off. BCK is in no position that he can come and try and help this out. Fighter will get killed off with ease, or if this was Season 3. No, he's defense, never mind. BCK has been pushed down. It's a nice knife onto Aver as Silent Rage finishes off Denial's Fighter. The drone, though, is still checking him in the corner. He sprints over the gap. The diffuser is here now, so BCK just has to delay them and hold them on this for a little while. Down through the trapdoor, he goes below, but he is downed as soon as he hits the bottom, and another quick knife from Perseus, who was waiting
Attackers have
underneath.
recovered their diffuser.
Gives the man advantage over to Strictly Business.
Drone spinning up.
Perseus drones into the dining room, finds Rook waiting in there, and continues on past. Killer in the kitchen is firing up through the floor, and Havoc's once again holding
Bomb
down
located
B-site
by
firmly.
attackers.
Lose the drones, who finally gets into the backside of the room. Nova is above the dining room now, firing down through the floor, trying to find that Rook that was waiting underneath, but he moved away a long while ago. On the desk note, so if someone's to fire up directly under his feet, he would hit the desk and not him. That makes it even tougher to fire through what is already a pretty challenging angle down through that floor. Or up, depending where you're coming from. As the rest of his team starts to pressure the outside of the B site. Havoc's now having movement limited by Marco Polo. Silent Rage is downed in the main dining room. And a second quick kill comes in from Havoc's, gaming one on Perseus. Killer up through the trapdoor, takes down Nova, and from having a 4v3 advantage, Strictly Business is suddenly down to a 1v3. Marco Polo comes in, and while shooting the trapdoor that wasn't even there, not a
There it is.
trapdoor.
This. We got
It's
you.
there.
The Frost Trap.
The Frost
Yeah.
Trap wasn't even there. Killer spins around to seal the map. Boom!
And ultimately, I think even though Strictly Business was picking up some great kills there, they just do not have a plan of attack when it comes to taking Denial out of this kitchen trophy room.
To be fair, I feel they had a plan, right? Those 3 kills that came for Denial did come through in a very succinct, quick fashion.
Yeah.
Because they all did push in. And Killer, 10-1-1. Because they all did come in at the same time.
Right.
So the teamwork was there, the coordination was there.
But they had Killer who went
except Marco
10-1-1.
Polo, who didn't come in at the back. And yes, on top of all of that, the plan was just known. The plan was predictable, and it just means you walking into a meat grinder.
Exactly, yeah. And not a whole lot of plans are going to hold up to a 10-1-1 score from me. Any
No,
players,
Killer went pretty damn big. So now, we
That's a
switch to
big
map
win.
number 2. Pretty quickly afterwards, Strictly Business, taking a couple of quick drinks, getting a couple of quick thoughts of that last map. As now, we head into Denial's choice. It is going to be Strictly Business starting on defense of House. And well, this is another map which, as far as the European teams are concerned, wait till the last 15 seconds. If you get some kills before that, lucky days.
Right.
If you don't, it's going to be a bit of a hectic last 15 seconds.
Yeah,
As far as the
it's
American
it.
teams are concerned, it becomes an Ash and sometimes an IQ. Just run
Go.
inside and see how many kills you can get before you die.
Yeah.
And if you get more than more than one, then we've won the round.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's kind of a fish for kills and then play the last 15 seconds. And
Yeah.
if it doesn't, and play a man or two down.
yeah, it's fish for
Right.
kills, suicide yourself, but kill as many people as you can on the way, and then we will play around how many you leave behind.
Exactly, right. So it could either be a 5v3 in either direction, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, I agree. The European tactic tends to be that you're using the full 2 minutes and 40 seconds to drone position some more, figure out exactly where they're going to be, and then it's an all or nothing. I mean, you're all dead, or you're planting the bomb, or they're all dead.
So
at
Marco
that point.
Polo starting off with the C4 into the walk-in wardrobe. Nova going to reinforce one side of it, just for a little bit of protection for whoever it is that wants to sit in there. Ava then reinforcing the construction walls as well, so they can get coverage from the bathroom and the master bedroom. Perseus also reinforcing the master bedroom and bathroom walls as well. So this entire top floor getting sealed up quite nicely and quickly by Strictly Business. Denial on attack, bringing the same operators they have done almost every single round, every single bomb site, every single map before this point.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
And we'll use it as such.
Unrolling razor wire. Heartbeat sensor deployed.
Either tracking open a couple of windows, a couple of kill holes, doing the last couple of reinforcements early on. Having this upstairs bomb site does hinder the fast play that we know Denial and North American squads like.
Right.
It's not so easy to just rush straight in aggressively onto that floor. But still a lot of work that can be done from this angle.
Drones up and running.
Does look like Denial are going to begin their campaign by pressuring on towards construction. BCK with the diffuser at the very least is coming to this angle. They've also got Killer here on the Blackbeard. Looking from this side. Right now, Powerful is watching the door, making sure no one can come sprinting out of there. BCK is staying close to help shoot the window open. Havox is just droning behind Perseus's head, keeping an eye on him still being there.
Bomb has been located.
Looks like a third-person shooter.
Enemy
Got third
located.
person.
Bathroom.
Grenades or the bleach cards coming in underneath take Perseus low.
Huge damage, yeah.
Yeah, the grenade that was directly thrown straight underneath him from Fighter is what it was. Takes him down to incredibly low health. They're going to want to down him and revive him,
Attackers drop
perhaps.
the diffuser.
Nova going around with his heartbeat sensor to see whether he's still in danger from that spot. As they drone the rest of the site. Ava spotted in that corner now, does kill off the drone. But there's one grenade still left here in Fighter's arsenal. Ava's actually been repositioned away to the back of the room. They're using Killer to fire across towards the bathroom through this grate. I love this angle, by the way.
It's a very good angle, especially for Blackbeard.
Yeah, especially for a backbeard. Perseus, there we go, gets downed and will revive himself. The grenade goes into the back of the room and will not touch Ava at all. He does reposition away to the corner again, though. The shots come rattling past him, but nothing too serious. Nova picking off Havoc as he tries to push in downstairs now, but now they've taken Ava down behind the back of the site. As Sledge does get himself inside. The diffuser, however, is not there. Fighter doesn't have it, so someone else is going to come up and join him in just a moment. Meanwhile, Powerful is still the man outside, watching the bathroom windows, watching the office windows, and the main door. Makes sure no one comes leaping out of there to kill their repelling teammates.
Attackers have recovered their
Killer has actually gone to pick up the diffuser. Now he's going to go straight past the window, which Marco Polo is prone right underneath. And that's an easy kill for Marco Polo. Prone on the repelling player. BCK's now picked up the diffuser and is going to have to go up past the same window if he wants to get up. He goes the other side and does get up past Marco Polo. Fighter gets a good kill onto Silent Range, trying to push in, but Perseus is taking Powerful down, and now the only two attacking players are inside the site. BCK starts to plant. Nova comes through the window. Nova does get down nicely. One coming up the stairs now. Marco Polo. Perseus is in the corridor. Little right-hand side. Marco Polo in the doorway gets down by Fighter and is all onto BCK now. He's got Doc to his left. Perseus is right on the other side of this wall. He sprays straight through it. There's the communication.
Defenders eliminated.
The call came out. Fighter, well, he was in this corridor. He hasn't come in the room yet.
He's got to
spray through the wall.
Right?
He must still be in there, and perfectly done. Good first round. It came a little bit hairy when you're trying to rappel past that window and there's a shotgun hanging right underneath it.
That's twice we've seen them kind of just not make the push into the bomb site and then realize, oh, the diffuser? Right, we forgot about that again. Yeah. But, I mean, ultimately, it didn't cost them like it did on the last map, but still hurt them.
I mean, it's something that a lot of teams ask for. Is let us choose who takes the diffuser. Let us choose who spawns with it.
Right.
It feels like this team, even if they're given that option, which they will be given that option in Season 3,
which
Skull Rain patch allows you to choose who starts with the diffuser.
Firmly one of those people. Even with the little ranked I've played, I still, when I played, I'm like, why can't we pick who has the diffuser? So I'm very excited to see that going.
But yeah, it feels like Denial are the team that even with that option to their name, would just hit D to drop it and no one would pick it up.
They'll just
even
leave
on the
it spawn.
Yeah, he would just randomize it anyway and be like, well, wish we had an option. We do have an option.
Yeah.
Well, we randomized it anyway. Good job, guys. We're amazing.
Or who knows, maybe it'll be that little boost they need to stop screwing it up. Just get a designated diffuser guy, always.
Always be that person. Powerful as it is playing Lord Chanka. And he is cracking open the entirety of this kid's bedroom, turning it into a large open space gym area. As this particular family has no children to their name.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a sad story, but we won't get into that.
The most impossible bomb site to defend from within side.
Yes.
So just shredding the walls to nothing and picking the attackers off as they come, definitely the way to go.
BCK is the man in the walk-in wardrobe. They haven't C4'd it, and I honestly prefer it this way.
Me too.
Because if they do start pushing the kid's bedroom and you've got a big C4 hole, they can throw grenades in, they can throw flashbangs in, they can throw...
much
this way,
easier.
They cannot get anything through their holes unless they are absolutely godlike.
Right.
In which case they deserve to kill you, by all means.
Yeah. If you make a grenade through that hole, BCK should just take it.
Yeah.
Just swallow it.
Grenade just comes landing in through there. You just suck it up and just pick it up. Like. But as it is, it gives him more than enough of a viewing angle to the side if they come this way.
Right.
And keeps him safe. Meanwhile, Killer is inside construction, has already taken half his health in damage, but has that C4 held and ready for anyone that may be rappelling up on those windows. Silent Rage is looking to be this man on-side the kid's bedroom windows, and no one is surprised to see a Blackbeard rappelling on these windows.
I am. I lied.
Marco Polo running around downstairs. They do have teammates in the pool room as well. That's why the windows are open. Ava is in there checking the trapdoors from below. It's one way to check that nobody's going to come jumping out of the kitchen onto your Blackbeard's backside, is be the men in the kitchen. Perseus spraying inside the kid's bedroom. Havoc comes up to the window while he's mid-reload, but does not peek out too far.
He was getting ready for the sledge kill there.
Yeah.
Saw the hammer come out for a minute.
It is Havoc still staying close. He knows he doesn't have to be too aggressive, just holding him there. Ava comfortably clearing every floor below, taking out the cameras and one last look up through the trapdoor. Fighter is right above him there and he doesn't see it. Nova takes BCK down. That's in the walk-in wardrobe now. Now Killer has to rethink his position inside construction as they are looking to get across towards the kid's bedroom as that push is really shaping up now. Ava is coming up the main staircase now. Fighter is in the walk-in wardrobe spraying towards Marco Polo. Marco Polo takes Fighter down himself, though Ava now comes into the bathroom. He walks straight into Havoc, but what a shot! Ava.
Wow.
This guy is, if you cannot kill him with your first either shotgun blast or 2 bullets,
that was it.
He will react and take you down. He sees Killer's head right on the top of this staircase, maybe? Definitely
I
saw
think he
it.
has an idea. I just don't think he wants to shoot until he knows it.
Perseus in the master bedroom is now spraying in towards construction 2. Silent Rage is on one window, very hurt. Nova's in there too. They know Tachenka's in the back of this site and they're just trying to make him move. Frag goes straight over towards the staircase. Killer's head just peeks up a little way and Ava sprays towards it, but will not land this time. Lord Chanka is grenaded out by Nova and suddenly it is all onto Killer to find 4 people. And while he's sitting here close and under the kid's bedroom, the plant is going down in construction. Steps straight up into Ava, who knew he was there.
Yep.
And it's an easy round for Strictly Business this time over. As you see the aggression just playing off from Ava. He was inside doing the basement level and the kitchen level very, very quickly in that.
Right.
And they gave him a full minute and a half to just pound that top floor. And there's nowhere for you to run as the defending team.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's why so many teams don't play or just straight up ban house, because of the defending squad.
Right.
You cannot rotate anywhere. If you don't get that initial first kill, you're dead.
Absolutely.
If you don't kill with your first 2 or 3 bullets, you're out of the game.
Especially when you're stuck in the bathroom like that too. That's such a dangerous spot to remain in once you're known. You know, the fact that he even had that opportunity to shoot and Ava wasn't ready to just wipe him the second he walked in was lucky on his part.
Yeah, I think he was more
but
focused on the man probably about to come through the window than the man at the door. So he's sitting there going, all right, there's a man outside the window, Percy's outside the window, Sledge outside the window. Oh my god, there's a man in the doorway.
That's hello, nobody told me about him.
No idea he was coming. So yeah, while their reactions are a lot faster than the average person or average player perhaps, that still goes for both flanks.
Exactly.
Ava shows why he is that force. As it is, though, Strictly Business not successfully holding this bomb site themselves are now up to the top floor again for their second attempt. Denial last time around put a lot of pressure and ended up getting their win inside the A site, but it did come down to the wire. Strictly Business were landing a lot of important shots and did successfully whittle the numbers down to an even point.
Yeah, and ultimately, I have a feeling we're going to see a much closer round this map than the previous one. I just feel, even though this is Denial's pick, this is a map that all the American teams are very comfortable on. I think it's a very popular pick for the American teams. And I think it's going to be close.
So, Havoc's rappelling up towards the bathroom again and going up towards the construction window. Cracks it open and the trophy system is cleaned out. Sledge up top now has 2 grenades that he can throw in through here to take out the barbed wire. Here it comes. 1. Boom. That's 1 bit of barbed wire gone. Rethink about looking elsewhere, cautious of the bathroom balcony if someone looks to come on outside. Powerful has already taken half his health in damage as they do open up the main doorway. He was bucked last time with those extra grenades. Now he's bringing Twitch in, which is the first time for Denial they've done this. Has been very good with the Twitch weapon, though, in the last couple of rounds. So
And if there's any
without
map
the need
for
for the
the
grenades,
F2,
yeah,
this is the one.
if your entire job is just to sit here and win gunfights,
You gotta
go
win it
for
with that. Yep.
Don't need the grenades, go for it. Nova, though, has C4'd Havocs elsewhere, but Fighter returns a kill onto Ava. Fighter is very low, but he's inside construction once more. He knows Nova's inside kids and is now cautious. Stands up to look the other way, and Marco Polo comes in as the plant starts to go down. Killer does kill Marco Polo off. He's in the corridor. Nova coming around now. Gonna get the plant, but not in time. Heads on out as Perseus saves him by killing off Killer. Powerful now, the only man left standing, does down Perseus, but Perseus is docked, so he's going to get inside and get himself back up. Nova's already on the diffuser. Powerful cannot repel in time. Does turn around to kill Perseus, but the defenders do successfully defuse. And there it is, Strictly Business. Down to business.
Bring it back. Bringing it back.
We talked how close they were the last time that round came through. This time they knew what to expect from Denial, and they were ready for it.
Right.
And they got their retake in very quickly after that plant went down. That is, as we've talked about in the past, possibly the hardest part of this game. Retaking once the diffuser goes down is something that so many teams haven't had figured out. It's very hard to practice. And a team that gets good at it, especially on a map like this, will rock the world. And if that's something to take in Strictly Business's world for like more than just that one bomb site, then House could
So we either see teams just freaking out, oh, the bomb's planted, we have 0 time left, we just go, just get in.
Yeah, it just becomes a 1-by-1 sprint in because, oh god, the bomb's down.
Press sprint and go, but not realizing, like, you got a pretty solid amount of time. Yeah, you need the 7 seconds, but you're talking a 45-second defuse time. They have the time to work with, but... Or we see the flip side, where they just take so long and their pacing is so off that they have no chance of recovery anyway.
So this time Denial crack open the wall to kids with a C4 instead of to Chonky Chunk.
A little cleaner, a little quicker.
5 seconds remaining.
But not as big of a hole.
No, and not as intimidating. It's the fear factor of the Junker that really does
When
it.
the drones are just running around that first 45 seconds, you're just hearing
Yeah, that's right.
the entire time. That's scary.
Laying out the welcome map.
Now, Killer up against the window again. Powerful in the back of the site once more. Aggressive start from the Strictly Business team. Right up to the window. Nova is droning. Perseus get the first kill into the round onto a Fighter.
Drone is ready to
Tries to peek down through the hole of the master bedroom trapdoor and outside the dining room window. Perseus was
Bomb located by
waiting
attackers.
and blew him away. Aver up on the treehouse. Looking in towards the middle of the site as Killer gets a kill of his own. He takes down Silent Rage's Blackbeard, so that's going to be a very strong trade back. Taking that man off the table. Perseus wants to go and make his mark on that window for construction too, but with the griddle still there, nothing he can do about it. Shotgun blast onto that window. Scares him a little away from inside, but just breaks it without actually damaging him. Ava's come out of the treehouse and is now inside pool table to start the clearing of this floor below. A little bit slower than he did before, but when you're losing your Blackbeard so early on, you've got to be a bit more cautious. Marco Polo pre-firing up in towards the bathroom from that angle, as Nova are now firing aggressively in towards the dining room after taking a beating from BCK. Now knows he's around this corner, but he is not paying attention.
Little bit of tunnel vision there.
To the kitchen, and Ava does cut him down from a distance before heading up these back stairs. They have taken down Buck's health quite a way, though. That might be what it takes to help stop that plant going through. See whether or not he can come upstairs. Right now he's still droning. Marco Polo still clearing the floor with him as Ava is heading further and further up through all the barbed wire. Once more, we've got Frost inside the bathroom on Havocs, and this time he wins the fight over Perseus, coming out on top. Looking down through the floor below him now, as the flashbangs do come up. Marco Polo heading his way up there, taking out the cameras. Nova off his own cameras, looking up through the floor as well. Ava is still in this stairwell, cautious. Nova coming up to the window. Gonna grenade up and over. It's gonna bounce straight down on top of the Frost. The only spot she could have been left in after the two he'd killed away was inside the shower under the window. Perfect play, Nova. And that drone we've seen it too. 34 seconds on the clock. Ava's inside master bedroom. Nova's droning for him. They know the two defenders are left inside the construction room, so he's spraying through, tagging them.
Yep, did hit him.
But not killing them or doing anything serious. If he gets that lucky headshot, it will be happy days, but not going to happen. He's the only one in his team with more than 10 health as well right now.
Yeah, health is still definitely in Denial's favor, even if they're down a player.
15 seconds
15
remaining.
seconds. Nova looking to sprint across in towards the site. He does get over one angle. Marco Polo begins spraying to try and help him cover. He gets taken out. Powerful goes down, getting the kill on Nova as well. They are now downing the Valkyrie. Killer on the inside of construction, but Ava cannot get the diffuser, definitely cannot get the second kill. And Denial run down the clock for the round number 4 and round number 2 in their scoreboard.
And that's just a mistake on pacing, I feel, to run the timer down on house. Just such a small map, you at some point have to make a play.
Yeah.
You know, if you're letting it, of course, let it go down to 20 seconds, take the time, get the drones, figure out exactly where they are, but ultimately that's just a lack of pacing on a map this small.
Yeah. So, time to the public map. The training room and the garage spawn. Denial on attack do have some very powerful gunplay here, with Powerful being on Twitch with the Blackbeard once the garage is opened up. I hate myself for it.
Yeah.
And with
Look at that shiny thing.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Ash, same as Ash's ever is. So, if they can get this garage opened up, they have already proven to be a terrifying force coming this way. Marco Polo C4s behind the white car and the weights, so they do have a crawl hole between A and B site.
unspool some wire.
Trophy systems going down. If that garage door is opened up, you can actually shoot that. Put it further around the corner.
10 seconds left before insertion.
The way they do have a bandit. Battery tricks are very, very rare on this map.
5 seconds to go.
But as Twitch is the only thing to stop the batteries, Perseus could put them down preemptively and just shoot the drone, rather than actually trying to juggle it.
And I mean, with the new Pulse, juggling is pretty easy. With Pulse backing you up behind you.
He's going to put it on the double one. So they're going to let the triple one open up. He's going to try and juggle it with this one. To be fair, that's still a pretty solid defense. Once the triple is open, it's still very easy to hold inside, provided you can keep the white car sealed off.
If there's no way they can open that side of the car, that's a very, very strong defender spot.
Powerful going in onto the floor above, cleaning out the upper floors with Killer on drones just to make sure they know and everything in here is fine and dandy. Bori does show out the shock drone and start to make their way down. Meanwhile, out the front, there is the triple wall being blown open. Havoc is in pool table room, making a couple of holes in towards the backside and A site. This could be Denial's plan here. They've cracked open the triple wall to B, but then if they're looking to put a big pressure here onto the A site,
right,
they might have just distracted and pulled enough attention that direction.
Bomb located by attackers.
So they do have one thermite charge left. That could go on this trap door here. We do have Powerful watching the back stairs. We do have Havoc spraying the kitchen stairs.
Hostile contact. Garage.
The drones are heading down that way. As it is strictly business, actually have a man stack in towards this site. Heartbeat sensor does just miss the trapdoor getting blown open, but it will go down. C4 goes out now preemptively and miles away. Trapdoor is open and Nova is sitting underneath it with a shotgun trained tightly on it.
Sensor deployed.
They have left that one man outside the main garage, and it is gonna be good old-fashioned Blackbeard, and he peeks around towards the hole. Take out the camera. Taking out the Vault camera. In a minute. There we go.
there it is. Third
Now
time's
cautious of the laundry room. Marco Polo is in that laundry room, is firing right across the gym. Everyone else for the attacking team still upstairs. Nova is tucked in one corner. What you gotta do is sit here, out a little way more. There we go, sees Nova, perfect shot. Exactly what he's needed. Go down to finish him off when he's down. Havoc is inside the site now in one corner. The diffuser, however, is still upstairs on Thermite. Havoc spraying across from the back side of the bomb site, looking in towards the stairwell. Marco Polo is planting inside the gym. Fighter has managed to pick off Marco Polo. Perseus of the white car gets a good shot, but Denial already there with Havoc peeking straight out afterwards to secure it and get round number 5 on the board for the attacking team. There we go. Kills off one, peeks around for the second one who was mid-fire.
Right, and even without those two quick, easy kills from him, having that pinch with Blackbeard to take and flush all the rotations coming
so,
towards
right,
A to try to take it back.
You're going to have players in that first bomb site. You have to, otherwise it's a free take. So I'll just sit here, blow the wall open. Blackbeard can now just safely just cover the entire cross.
So unless you've already still got a player upstairs who can jump out the window,
which they cleared
behind
first with
Blackbeard,
Twitch,
exactly.
so they
So
know it's not
that's
impossible.
gone.
Yeah.
But
very nice round.
ultimately a very solid setup, very, very almost impossible retake without, again, huge mistakes from Denial.
Attackers need to locate and
So,
defuse bombs.
3 rounds to 2, Denial taking the lead. Bearing in mind, all they need is this map. And they are the Season 2 champions. Again! Remember, they are the reigning champions. The Denial squad won Season 1 under a different name and was one different player, but ultimately they are that team. So all they've got to do now
Bomb located by attackers.
is win 2 more rounds on the trot. Easier said than done, though, considering this is house, and we've already seen how this can go back and forth between these two
Strictly
squads.
Business definitely has this down against Denial far better than they did
10
on
seconds
Chalet.
to go.
Killer
They seem to know their playstyle far better.
making that crawl hole between the white car and A as well. Same spot, same C4. The rest of his team now staying very close. Havoc picking out last minute armor, BCK putting in last minute. Barbed wire down. Fighter is up in the main pool table room, setting up the reinforcement. Killer waiting for that camera to get perfect spot. Throws it out, but it would have been immediately spotted because Sledge was already spraying the window. Could kill it off pretty soon.
Drone activated.
Place device.
Full down to the kitchen. It's going to be, again, BCK just on the double wall with his batteries. Nothing too serious about the triple. But for this attacking team from Strictly Business, they actually haven't got anything to stop those batteries, so they could just stop the triple wall getting opened. But yeah, it is tough stopping both.
Right, it's a tough judgment call to make. You figure a team typically has Twitch at least.
Camera feed in the right.
Checking for cameras out front. Here comes Marco Polo and the triple wall. He's going to go for a high one on the right-hand side.
Special charge.
That little Blackbeard window.
The Blackbeard angle. Now cautious and looking towards anyone that might be waiting there. It's actually a little bit high all the same. Silent range is there though. You can crouch over it instead. towards Laundry. Interesting, he's using the Hollow as opposed to the ACOG that Denial use when they run it. Killer picking off Ava as he tries to come inside the site, using that MPX here on the Valkyrie instead of the shotgun, which is a surprise on most maps, but even more so on a map this small.
Yeah.
Not running the Spaz 12, but hey, when you pick up a kill onto someone like Ava with it, it is more than worth.
Use whatever you want, buddy.
You do you. Marco Polo upstairs above the trapdoor inside Gym. Killer, if he feels safe or gets the word, could push for it. Nova and Perseus aren't actually in any position to do anything about it. Does spray through instead. Nowhere close. Marco Polo now is right by those holes, actually. If he moves up a little way, he could be able to see him through the holes he just made. Silent Rage has ticked off Powerful.
Shoot, just staring at him like that.
Silent Rage through that hole in the Gym does take down the the Rook. Powerful moves away and then starts making holes of his own. Sorry, Marco Polo moves away and starts making holes of his own. He's on back. Killer is still very cautious of what's coming that way. The flashbangs do come down. He has to duck away. And Percy's on the stairs, misses so many shots. The Killer, I mean, to be fair, Percy deserves to die after missing that many shots.
You drop that many, you definitely deserve to die.
Nova now from the trapdoor above, missing a few of his own, but he gets away with his life still intact. Killer now going to push up for him, actually coming straight up, looking around to the corner. Nova heard him coming and pre-fires it, but misses. Now on the reload, it's an easy kill for Killer.
15 seconds left.
All onto Silent Rage. Inside he goes. BCK is right in his face. Denial are 1 round away from being your Season 2 champions. It all looked like a good start for poor little Strictly Business.
It's running away.
They pick up 1 kill onto Powerful. It's nice. They do then lose their Ash. That's okay, but they still got controllers of the floors above. They still got trapdoors there. But things like Perseus coming down this kitchen stairs and not landing those important rounds. Nova then missing it again the second time. The pre-fire is a nice idea where you hear him rushing you, but you can't use your full 30 rounds on it.
No.
That's a free
what do you
death.
do when he comes in? Yeah, exactly.
Little mistakes mount up very quickly, especially on House of all maps.
Oh yeah, it's a map that's so easy to rotate and take advantage of those mistakes so quickly.
And here we go, Strictly Business, upstairs, defending against Denial. Denial successfully attacked this bomb site the first round. However, Strictly Business got that figured out, played around it, and held it for the follow-up attacks. Can they do it again? What is that, Shadow? There was a weird-ass bird just flying across the screen. There it is, look at it. Oh, it's gone again. Whatever. Didn't even know this game had.
I didn't know there were birds.
Nope. How many hours we got in this game combined? 4,000 or something?
Some stupid amount of hours. Didn't know there were birds.
So, Marco Polo downstairs in the pool table room again. Has a trapdoor to escape through, has the window open, which he already grabbed some good kills on before.
Oldest map in the game, too. Or second oldest,
Silent Rage inside the master bedroom. Perseus inside the bathroom. It's regularly, this is where he attacks. He attacks Havoc when Havoc has a shotgun, but he sits in here as a doc himself. Killer going around to the construction windows. Ava's inside A. Nova inside the walk-in wardrobe. Everything is very much the same as almost every round before, except they now have a C4 hole in this wall. I don't want hiccups right now. That would be awful. Marco Polo downstairs.
Hiccup
in the
heights.
kitchen stairwell. Looking to be that man that does the damage when needed. Havoc goes up to a window. Crack open a wall into construction. Gives him a different angle to look through there.
Drone is ready.
Killer is here. Construction window again. Flashbangs taken out by the trophy system quick and easy. Uses that angle through. It's the top of Perseus' head.
You've got to see it. He has
You've
to be
got
able to see that.
These rubble is client side, remember, so he may not quite have the same
He might have rubble in the
there.
way. That's right.
If he has those pillars in the same spot, that will be blocking the head just enough. But the shots rattling through now should give him the idea. There it is!
There's the shot we were waiting for.
Perseus, when you missed the first few rounds onto Ash there and didn't kill her, you should have moved, buddy, but getting out on a silver platter. Docked down without even being able to revive himself. 3 people now on this window. It could be Christmas come early from Marco Polo. He's looking to peek out the door. Powerful normally watches this door. He's not watching it right now. There's 3 of them rappelling on the window to his left. Out he goes. Here they come. Havoc's the first one. Marco Polo getting it, but he's shut down quickly afterwards. Only getting 1.
That would have been the flank. That
It is still a 3v4 in favor of Denial. Could have been holding his team in. C4 is right on the window, takes fighter low. He jumps off the edge. It's not enough to down him, but he's still alive. No C4 anymore on Nova. Powerful this time is up top. looking down onto that same angle. Fighter going to choose to take that spot, as he's a very safe place now to watch from a distance, but readjusting. This time they actually have a man holding the diffuser, which is an upgrade from the last time Denial attacked this bomb site.
A little more ready for it. No one watching the door this time, but...
Getting down to the last 40 seconds. Ava is pinned in this corner. They know he's here. He knows they're there. He cannot move away. Silent Rage is looking across from Kid's bedroom, but can only watch the griddle. Nova still inside the bathroom. Could come out and could make the push across if he need to, but he has to be very cautious. BCK rushes in, takes down Ava, but Silent Rage will trade straight back again. Silent Rage now peeks around the corner, and Fighter cannot land the kill he needs.
Very low.
Fighter has to go pick up the diffuser. Silent Rage takes down Powerful. He's back to a 2v2. Fighter goes down, and now Killer has to find both if he wants to win this. It's a 1v1. Killer has to pick up the diffuser, takes off the shield so he can go pick it up in time, goes straight through for the 1 second, begins the plant. 7 seconds for Silent Rage to walk straight up to him. He could get for the knife. He pulls off of it, and we keep going for one more round. Strictly business, live to fight another day. Some important shots coming out from that rook inside Kid's bedroom there.
Right.
Dropping the diffuser where it did. Why would you send BCK as the man to rush onto Ava? I know Fighter's low on health, but Fighter doesn't have the diffuser. Or hell, give Fighter the diffuser and then send BCK forward.
That's right, yeah.
Dropping the diffuser that far into the room is what lost that round, because Fighter then had to go and pick it up afterwards. If BCK had rushed in and Fighter just immediately planted by the window, it's
and all these rounds with Denial having players playing outside, watching those obvious pushes. And the one round they decide not to is the one that they got the shotgun standing there in the doorway, ready to go.
Yeah,
and that could have been a much faster round.
That could have been much faster. Strictly Business couldn't go hold. As it is, though, Denial still have one chance to end this map and end this series and season right here. Or Strictly Business could force an overtime here on House. Bearing in mind, if we do go to a third map, it will be Consulate, which we have already seen Strictly Business play today.
Yeah.
And they were not too shabby on it.
No, they were not. But it does also give Denial that chance to see how they played it.
True, true. Let's see then, as the last couple of seconds of setup go through. Strictly Business leaving their drones in very safe, well-covered spots. Killer still throwing out the last couple of cameras. They have once again C4 open the Kid's bedroom. Nothing in the walk-in wardrobe, but also no reinforcements in it. So, are going to be comfortable holding it for a little bit longer. Havoc's inside the bathroom is this time running a cap can, not a frost. He is also not running it with the shotgun. This could be a game changer. We'll see whether it is or not. Killer on the back stairs now is there. It's where Ava has pushed up aggressively multiple rounds after each other and caused a splash and really slowed and hindered the defense. This time there's a shotgun waiting there for him. He drones out the bathroom. He's now going to go into the office underneath, having been droned by a teammate, and is then going to use his breach charges up through the floor into the 2 spots. One by the toilet. Nothing in the toilet. One right underneath Kapkan. That one does take him low. Did hit him halfway. Now at the window, Perseus is there, but Havoc's doesn't need the shotgun this time. Still gets Perseus and isn't punished from below, despite not having anywhere to hide right now. There's no grenades to take him down. They've also killed off Ava. Fighter picking that up. Denial in a 5v3. Minute 45 on the clock, and Strictly Business now on attack. We've got to seriously rethink this. They've got to win this round to keep their dreams alive. Marco Polo still outside. The diffuser is down. They've got to learn from Denial's mistakes and make sure someone carries it. They're going to go pick up his diffuser again and reposition where it is he's coming from. Marco Polo coming around towards the back stairs. There is a shotgun sitting right inside that window. It is Killer. He's going to communicate to his team that things are opening up. This camera doesn't quite see Marco Polo due to this awkward fence placement. Silent Rage is on the construction window, flashbang into the room. Powerful and BCK are in there though and completely hidden from him. Marco Polo now up on the stairs themselves, looking across towards the bathroom and where Havoc's could be, but isn't right now. And Nova is trying to grenade up underneath. Oh, Nova!
Bounces it off the wall
there's no worse way.
He did get
Havoc. He does get Havoc, but he dies himself. Marco Polo, good shot onto Killer. 2v3, not all downhill for Nova. Still got the kill he wanted. Kapkan trap right there in front of Marco Polo's eyes. He's not going that way anyway. He's got 37 seconds and the diffuser. He's got to get through this barbed wire and up the stairs first. Meanwhile, Silent Rage is covering him from the Kid's bedroom, coming into the Kid's bedroom. Tries to punch some barbed wire to give some noise coverage. Flashbangs coming across from there. However, Nova's heartbeat sensor has already given the information. Fighter's taking down Marco Polo. Silent Rage grabs one, but it's now 1v2 for Silent Rage. He's got 15 seconds and he has to kill them both. He cannot get the diffuser. The barbed wire would not let him get there in time. 10 seconds on the clock and Nova's already heartbeat sensor. He knows he's in the corridor. He's turned his back to him and it's all going to be needed. Denial are your Season 2 Xbox champions.
There it is. And they are excited. And
They're a
that guy
happy team.
is